I want me some glory hole.
Hello, welcome to the Football Glory Hole Podcast. With us on Apple Podcasts, Google, SoundCloud. With us, watch us live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Instagram, X, Rumble, Tumble, whatever the fuck. Live or recorded any way you can afford it, baby. We thank each and every Glory Hole Secret champion this week. I am joined here as my good buddy Long. What's up, buddy?
All right. Bo Stevens, NFL Week 9, and we are ready to go. And, buddy, I only came here to do two things. Find some winners and drink some beer. And it looks like I never run out of winners, and I never, ever run out of beer. So, Bo Stevens, hit that button.
Here for the funny.
It's a quest for fun. I'm going to have fun, and you're going to have fun. We're all gonna have so much fucking fun we'll need plastic surgery to remove our goddamn smiles. You'll be whistling Zippity-Doo-Dah out of your assholes.
Or you are here for the money.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't fucking have any. They say money can't buy happiness. Look at the fucking smile on my face. Ear to ear, baby.
You have come to the right place. Two questions for you people. Do you like football?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
My apologies, Mr. Presidents. I will do better. Do you like money?
I'm a big fan of money. I like it. I use it. I have a little. I keep it in a jar on top of my refrigerator. I'd like to put more in that jar. That's where you come in.
That's right, Adam Sandler. That's exactly where we come in. Visit our Patreon page and check out all the winning opportunities. That's patreon.com/bet_FGH. Become our football partners for life so that you can bet football the right way, the winning way, the Bet FGH way. And as always, here on the sports patio, we got the TVs glowing. We got the beer heavily flowing tonight, and right now it is everybody's most unfortunate favorite part of the show. My friend, tell the people all about your horrible, disgusting, cold beer choice of the week.
It's so good! Once it hits your lips, it's so good!
I'm so drunk, I feel retarded.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Tonight I am drinking a Miller Genuine Draft. 2 out of 5 stars, but I'm drinking it tonight, Longhorn, because it is an old, shitty beer. And when it comes to the NFL this year, I am an old, shitty handicapper. But just like this beer, baby, I'm not going down without a fucking fight. We got a lot of season left.
Hold on.
Fucking turn this round upside down and go find those winners. We're going to get the podcast now, go over every game in the NFL in the air tonight, find all the winners for you guys. And we're going to get you paid, of course, whether you fade Longhorn, which you should on this free pick, or take my free pick, which you definitely should. We get you paid every single week. Right
Not a bad strategy.
Get paid. It's our sponsor, TexasTelehealth.com. Let's face it, going to the doctor fucking sucks. You got to schedule an appointment, take time off of work just to drive up there, wait an hour to see a doctor. Fuck all of that. You go to TexasTelehealth.com. My good buddy, Dr. West, has got you on the phone as little as 30 minutes or less with an appointment, got your script written, have you feeling better in no time. And the best part is you never have to leave your house or work again, because now you can get your script filled right there with Amazon Pharmacy. They deliver it to your door just like a fucking ammo whore. That kid. I go to Dr. West, Longhorn does. My parents do too, because at TexasTelehealth.com, they treat everything from common cold, flu, ED, VD, and weight loss too. You can get that old Ozempic, baby, for $119 for a 30-day supply, and your consultation is always free with accepted health insurance. So, whether you got a peen that's turned green, a little too much size around your thighs, yellow shit coming out of your nose, lungs, and eyes, go to TexasTelehealth.com right now and tell them that FGH sent you. That is Texas, TELE Health.com for all your medical needs, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Stay calm.
What do you think is happening right now?
What's happening over here? Excuse me, what is happening here?
What is happening? What the fuck just happened?
Oh, you know what's happening. It's time for all those wins coming in the air tonight, baby!
Oh, yeah, boys and girls, those bells. It is week 9. It is time to rock and roll. Long.
Get out of here, Phil Collins. Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth, Phil Collins. We're talking to you. All right. Look, we're not messing around. We're starting with the barn burner of the week.
I bet.
Right out of the gate. Hot,
I bet
baby.
we are.
We're going with those New England Patriots. Well, those hot Atlanta Falcons. Who's playing quarterback? Who knows? Who gives a shit? They're coming up there. They're 5.5-point road dogs. Longhorn. What do you have on this fucking just major matchup?
That's actually not the game I thought you were going to start with, but yeah, Atlanta, New England. This is a big. Kind of depends on who's playing quarterback for Atlanta. So let me switch to. I had us on Cincinnati, Chicago. So let me just switch my sheet here to all the way down. Never know where you get your order of games from, but it's fine. It's all good. So we got Falcons currently. Well, where is he? Is he not even on the? He's not even on the injury report anymore. He's off the injury report.
I think he's playing.
Okay. We still got Drake London with a questionable, but that's good. Usually for questionable, you're going to play. So, look. Okay, so if these players are playing, what's the line currently at? What'd you say?
5.5.
How did it not move then? Because it was 5.5 when they were. It was highly up in the air 2 days ago.
Let's see. 5.5 juice. BetUS, you can still get a 6. Holy shit. If you like the Falcons, head on over to BetUS, boys and girls. They're just giving money away.
Okay, so this makes me feel even better about my pick, at least the side that I'm on, because I'm on New England, but I don't like that the line hasn't moved, because I should be getting some
I think
value.
It's because Penix was, depending on what you believe, it was kind of a surprise that he didn't play last week. He was almost a go. So basically the market was assuming
that's
he's
fine.
Almost a go last week. He's got to basically be a go this week.
They usually hedge a little bit at least, though. So I thought I could at least squeeze out a point, maybe a half point, whatever. Point being, I'm on New England. New England just appears to be the most unflinching. We don't care what the spot is. We don't care what y'all think about us. We just go out there and Drake May, I'm just going to fucking ball out. If it's not working 100% with my arm, I'll mix in my legs to get some action. So
he just needs one leg.
What do you mean? Drake May?
Leg. No, you said leg.
Yeah. He probably could beat some of these teams with one leg. That's how good he. You know that he's like in the MVP conversation.
Okay,
anyways.
I just want to bring this up right now, and I said this last year. And Longhorn yelled at me profusely and said I was an idiot. But I said, you know what? I know Jaden Daniels is having this great season, but all in all, if I had to pick a best quarterback out of this class that's actually performed this year, it was Drake May. And you were like, are you fucking kidding me? He's terrible. He's done. I was like, look, I know. Now, you can go back and look at the tape, boys and girls. It's all documented. It's all documented. I said, I know his numbers are bad, and I know Jaden Daniels is putting up MVP numbers. However, all in all, if you look what he was working with and you look at his underlying stats, he's actually probably had, I couldn't say better than Jaden Daniels, but it was pretty close. It was pretty fucking close. I was like, just be careful.
Oh, wow. On top of the, at least I counted 2 or 3 lies that you just.
No, that's not a lie. That's fucking documented on tape. You literally fucking yelled. You're like, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy. I was like, I'm not crazy. I know what I see through the fucking numbers. He's not.
First of all, you were crazy because, Jaden Daniels.
I wasn't crazy. His numbers compared to what he was working with.
That's not how that works. According to, based on what he was working with.
That's not how this works.
Yes, I'm sure I agree that based on what he's working with, that he played better than.
You didn't. No,
yes, I did.
You poop it. No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Everybody go back and watch the tape.
poo-pooing that you think that he had a better year than Jaden Daniels. Yeah, I said
it was comparable.
I stand by that because that's dumb. Because Jaden Daniels took a team that was supposed to win 5 games to the goddamn NFC Championship game. So if you want to plant your flag on that, go ahead. But yeah, Drake May played better than his numbers show. I agree with that. I'm sure. And what he had to deal. Yes, I did.
You didn't. No, you did not.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't prove it, and you won't. I know you won't do the work to go back and prove it. So it's.
Oh, you don't think I've done the work? How many times have I done the work just to do this to you? Remember your one-legged? Remember your one-arm fucking? I think this guy's probably.
Yeah.
He's a borderline All-Pro.
Yeah, that was like 8 years ago.
It was like 6, and I did do the work, and I brought it back. You're like, I didn't say that. I was like, yeah, you did.
But you won't be able to find every time I've talked about fucking Drake May, and you just won't do the work. I know you won't. But anyways, he's playing like an MVP this year. And another thing that you conveniently left out is that I was higher on you coming out of the draft. So like
that's a true story.
You just forgot that part of the story. So anyways, he's playing.
I had ended up defending him. When you were like, he sucks, I'm like, he doesn't suck as bad as you think he does. He really doesn't.
Yeah.
I was the one that ended up having to defend the kid. That's my point. But yes, that is true. Longhorn was much higher than him coming out than I was. I was not a believer in Drake May at all, but I wasn't a believer in Jaden Daniels either. So obviously I didn't know shit about either one of them. Although I might end up being right about Jaden Daniels because he can't stay on the field.
Yeah, he's having some RG3 issues. RG3.
That's just the exact comp I had on him.
So in this game, Atlanta is just not an outdoor team, and anytime I can fade a dome team going on the grass, and I checked the weather report in New England, it's not what I would like. I'd like it to be a lot more Boston nasty than it's going to be on Sunday. It's going to be
that storm. I guess the storm's going to hang around. So that storm from Jamaica,
it's not going to make it up there.
Yeah, it's basically hitting. Weirdly enough, like in the Tennessee, Kentucky area.
Yeah. It's going to be cold as shit, though, and it's going to be a grass outdoor team or indoor team.
Soon in Tennessee.
Good, because they suck when it's perfect weather. I can't imagine how bad they're going to suck when it's horrible weather. I can't even imagine. No, so like Penix is he's had 2 outdoor games. He's 0-2. He's terrible. I'm gonna start just doing with these teams what I should be doing, and that's spot. I mean, that's how I do it basically, anyways. But I'm gonna start writing these spots out until they prove me wrong.
Penix has been very bad. Period. He is 23rd in CPOA plus EPE. That's right above Bryce Young and right below Tua, and 2 spots below your boy Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
So that's another quarterback I might end up being right about.
Well, he lost to Carolina outdoors 30-6. So he's just extra bad outdoors. So yeah, I'm on New England.
NFL wins.
Obviously 6 is a key number in the NFL these days. It's more key than it has been before. So if you can get it under the 6, that's great. I don't know that you'll necessarily need it, especially the way New England just rolls up on people, but yeah, I'm on
the 5 on Bet Online. Juiced to 115 to the 5, so you got access to that book. That's your best line, 5.5 everywhere else except the lone BetUS at plus the 6. So
yeah, that's weird. No injury report, by the way, for New England. They're beating everybody. They got no injuries. It's amazing, and that's huge. Like these players are going down like flies in the NFL. If you're completely healthy, you're in good shape.
It's a huge advantage. That's the reason why they're beating everybody.
Yeah,
that's exactly why. Yeah, I got nothing on this game, so I didn't know who was playing quarterback, and I just skipped it.
All right,
moving on to those Green Bay Packers facing those Carolina Panthers. Maybe Bryce Young. I don't know. Andy Dalton broke his thumb. He's definitely out. They might not have a quarterback at all. They might just go full-on Wildcat, wishbone. Let's fucking go, baby. Either way, we're staring at Green Bay. You can get them at 13 at Bet Online. 13.5 is juiced to the dog. So fading down to the 13. We'll call it 13.25 Longhorn for the Green Bay Packers, home favorite here. Sorry, I forgot to go with the preseason line on this. Preseason line on this one. I mean, I had Carolina as bad can get. I had this game at Green Bay -8. Vegas had it 7.5. We're sitting at 13.5. 13.5. And Carolina's a 500 football team. So what does that tell you about the quarterback situation? Probably they don't fucking got one. We're probably going to see a name. Is Jake Delhomme available?
No, I think
Cam? Is Cam available? Who's playing in this game?
Bryce Young's playing. He's not even on the injury report.
I don't think that he is.
I'm not seeing him listed on the injury report, so he must have practiced today.
He was at practice and stretched, which is an improvement according to the media. But 13.5 from 8 and 7. Again, I was down on him. Vegas was down on him. And now we're a full 5.5 points, 6 full points above what Vegas said. 6 full points. And again, Carolina is a 500 team. So, I don't know, Longhorn. Make it make sense to me.
I am.
If he's playing.
I'm looking up Bryce Young's injury status and try to find some better information. But in this game,
you want to go through mine and you can look it up?
I mean, he has to play. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, you got nobody else. You got to play. Get your ass out there and find that fucking dog. But this is just a gross, disgusting spot to be in because you got Carolina. And again, I talked about the spots that I like to bet on or off teams. And this one's a colliding one because we've got Carolina on the road. You don't immediately. That's not where you want to be. But
unless they're playing the Jets and they can score 13 points and not only win but cover.
Yes, true. That is true. They did win that one on the road. But then you got Green Bay, which their thing that you don't want, at least currently, is you don't want them as big favorites. They're this year they're not covering big favorites. Jordan Love is 0-4 ATS in his career as a favorite of 7 or more points. It's not his particular spot, so we got a clash here.
I think there's a systematic thing too for Green Bay. Like their coach is so smart and he's so confident in what they do, which is why I've been saying this whole time. Green Bay hasn't peaked yet. They haven't peaked, and I still don't think they have. We have not seen their best football. Now we saw a flash of it in Pittsburgh.
We do against good teams though, which tells me that they know they're better than what they show in some of these.
So they hold back.
Yeah. So I'm landing on Carolina. In any kind of contest, I'm reluctantly going to have to plug them in at the monster number. I mean, historically it's a good number. I mean, am I going to get motherfucked by Carolina on the road outdoors? Probably so. But I mean, what else are you going to do? So yeah, it's just a gross numbers play for me. I really need Bryce Young to just suck it up and get your ass out there. I mean, just do it. But yeah.
Go find that fucking dog.
In a pick your poison game, I'm going to take the Carolina poison pill, I guess.
Yeah, I'd have to lean with you. Power rankings on Carolina here. But the thing I like best here is the total. So this total is at 44.5. Seems low, and if you look at what the total's been doing, Longhorn, it has been a ridiculous slate of overs this season yet again. Even worse than last year. I mean, even worse. Like we talked about it in the very beginning of the season. If you literally walked up and bet the over every game last year and the favorite, you literally made money. Now, you didn't make much, but you made money. Just say, I don't care who's playing. I don't care what the total is. Give me the favorite. Give me the most square thing possible. Give me the favorite and the over, and you walked away at the end of the season winning money, which is mind-fucking to us and to most professionals. That's not how traditionally you win in the NFL, but I've talked about.
They can't catch up to the new rules, so.
It's not only that. I truly believe that the influx of the titty touts and the fact that this is legal.
I don't think that's it.
I think that you're wrong, and I think that I'm right. I think the titty touts and the fact that this is legal everywhere, and all the titty touts do is repeat people like me and you who say the traditional things, bet the dogs, bet the under, all that gets out there, and now Vegas has made the adjustment to where favorites are covering and the fucking totals are going over. I truly believe that because at this point, they wouldn't continue to do something that was going to beat them. That's not what Vegas does. So I truly believe, I just believe that to be true. Now, I can't prove it.
With the change in the kickoff rule, the fact that every team gets the memo now that you just go for it on fourth downs,
but that's just this year on the kickoff. Last year, the kickoff rule, I told you it would have no consequence. They were all just going to kick it in the end zone, which they did.
It did have a tick up. It was a tick up. It just
it did
maybe not
tick up, but I told you every team was going to kick it in the end zone, and they did. Now this year they're kicking it in the landing zone because the penalty is too great, right? So now it should create more variance back towards the under because now we have a different differential of like last year it was pretty much 90% of the time they started the fucking 30. Like 90%. They didn't give a shit. They still kicked it in the end zone. So now we have a bigger variance, so that shouldn't really be playing a factor in this. The fourth down thing absolutely plays a factor, but again, the market adjusts for that. If they're really getting beat, they do adjust. They're not getting beat because all the titty touts still repeat what we say, take the under, take the dog, and they're not losing. Because if they were losing, they would make the adjustment. But they're not. That's why they haven't. Like, all you have to do is follow the money, and you know that I'm right. And I don't know if it's the titty touts for sure, but it has to play a factor that this shit is legalized everywhere, and that's just the old school thought. And since everybody bet that when it was first started, and we were having good years, now they've made the adjustment to where you can't just bet the dog in the under to win the NFL.
Definitely can't do the dog for sure, and you really
can't
can't.
bet the under.
No, you can't do that.
However, in this game, I like the under. I did all that fucking preaching. I do like the under here.
It's 14-6. Oh, you're talking about Carolina.
Carolina. I like the under here, the 44.5. Couple of different reasons. Number one, this isn't actually a good matchup for Jordan Love. Now, this Carolina defense, their offense blows on the road, but their defense goes to play. Again, they beat me when they scored 13 points on the road against a Jets team who they just scored 40 against fucking Cincy or whatever they scored. Scored like almost 30 against the Cows and fucking 30-something against Pittsburgh. So against incompetent defenses, the Jets can't score the ball. Against Carolina, they couldn't move the ball. There's a reason for that. Carolina is the fourth best success rate defense in the NFL. Longhorns been telling us for years that they're building. Well, it's finally fucking here. It's finally come together. They're the fourth best success rate defense in the entire league. And Green Bay... Oh, sorry, second best defense. Green Bay.
That's wild.
Yes. Green Bay has the fourth best success rate on offense. Green Bay has scored exactly 27 points in all 3 home games this year. Carolina on the road has scored 10, 22, 13, and 13. So, feels like an all-day under to me.
Bryce Young practiced fully, by the way.
Okay, this is I graded with Bryce Young. Bryce Young is a terrible matchup for him. He loses 2 points to the BPG. He's going to be ultimate dog ass in this game. So, again, that leads to the under. The other thing is this. Green Bay does gain half a point to the BPG through the running game, which that's mostly matchup basis. Again, Carolina's very good against the run. Here's the surprising thing to me, though. Carolina's supposed to lose 1.5 to the BPG. Carolina's got the 5th best success rate rushing the ball, and Green Bay is 21st on defense. So that's all matchup based. So if the coaching staff for Carolina is worth a shit, they should be able to make some changes and at least mitigate the loss of some of those points there. Now, overall, I agree with your cover. I've got Green Bay winning this game 24-15. That's safely under the 44.5. You just got, a great defense going against a great offense, and you've got a middling defense going against, on the road, a fucking horrendous offense. And it's a horrendous matchup for Bryce Young. I agree with your Carolina lean. I like the under all day, so I would take the dog and the under, which neither one of them ever win. So what do I got to lose?
I was just looking at their PFF kind of scores, and at least player by player, and I looked up who the defensive coordinator is. It's Jairo Evero, and he came there last year with the new coach, the new head coach, and they sucked last year. And I don't see a whole lot of new players. I mean, they drafted Nick Scordon out of good old Aggie out of A&M, and it's not. They didn't do hardly shit else, and the fact that he's turned what they had last year mostly into what they are this year so far, through 8 games. Damn, hats off to whoever this defensive coordinator is, because they absolutely were garbage last year.
And sometimes, when we've seen this, Longhorn, the like your boy Minnesota, it takes a year sometimes if you have a really complex scheme for these players to actually understand it and actually know their roles. And although some of the changes might not look like major players, it's just guys that fill gaps, that exactly what he needs in defense. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know this guy's coaching tree, but
There's only one player rated above like a 66 individually on their defense, and that's Derek Brown, who's been a all-pro type defensive tackle.
And look, and if you don't think this defense is any good, look what they get against Dallas, the number 2 offense in the NFL. Shut them the fuck down.
I've been noticing just watching them. It's like, damn, Carolina's a little tough in this game. I mean, hey man, if it's working, it's working. Like this is, you know what? We'll get to Pittsburgh later. This is what I'm talking about. Pittsburgh has awesome players that I've seen be all pros / Pro Bowls in different places and in Pittsburgh, and for whatever reason, it ain't working. Sometimes a coordinator makes a huge difference. So it just, he's obviously doing well in Carolina, and whoever's doing it in Pittsburgh, just fire yourself because you've been awful.
You're so stupid.
Very stupid.
That's right. That Pittsburgh coordinator is so stupid. All right, let's move on to all right, now we'll get to the game you thought we were going to. Those Cincinnati Bengals, probably without Joe Flacco. Back to Mr. Browning.
Is that
Chicago
for sure?
He's got a sprained AC joint in his shoulder. The fact they went from favorite to dog tells me probably so. Now this number has ticked down a bit now. It's down to 2.5, although it's heavily juiced 2.5, so let's call it 2.75. Those Chicago Bears, that kid, are the favorites. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, it's showing them as questionable. Really, this is major dependent on Joe Flacco for me because I can't trust.
They were just real quick. They were World Open -1. It got up to Chicago -3, starting to tick back down now. So we'll see what that means. But obviously, they're hedging towards Flacco not playing.
I mean, Browning is not. He's been awful this year. He's been better than what he's shown this year in the past. With the injuries that Chicago's dealing with in the secondary, it should be a good spot for Cincinnati, and I would hope it would be Flacco. So it's a possible danger zone, but I clearly can't do it because you just all this uncertainty. I'm not going to burn a unit on this much uncertainty. Because there's also the formula for Chicago to go in there and get this win. Good running game that they've been showing lately, going against a fucking sieve of a defense versus the run. The Jets ran out like basically the same strategy the Jets did last week.
Joe Flacco's going to play linebacker. I don't know how much he helps you, really.
Right. So, with Chicago coming off that loss last week, you got motivation, you got the bounce back.
Coach went scorched fucking on them too.
Yeah, and
I love this kid.
He hates losing. You can tell it fucking irks him. And now if he can get his quarterback to hate and lose as much as he does, and actually put the work in that the coach does.
Chip nails, sir. Chip nails.
Yeah, you can't cry in the NFL when you lose a game. You can't go to the stands and cry in your mama's arms. So figure it out. But this is a good spot for Chicago. If Flacco is playing, give me any points I can get with Cincinnati. But clearly, if he was playing, you wouldn't be getting points. So I'm kind of torn. I'm going to probably land on Chicago just for the bounce back factor and the fact they should be able to dominate this game on the ground, control the clock. And I just love that coach, and anytime I can fade Cincinnati, let me have all of that. So Chicago, reluctantly.
I hate you, Cincinnati, forever and ever and ever. I don't have anything in this game except for this. This is Cincinnati before the bye. They're home dog since 2021, 17-13-1, 56.7%.
Okay.
Now I don't know what that factors in when you don't have a quarterback or. I mean, I'm with you. I think Browning can go out there and get it done. Chicago's defense has been pretty shitty all season.
Yeah, I would never play this on. This would never make it either side on any card that I would ever have in a million years.
Yeah. Chicago's 29th in success rate. So
except maybe an over.
Bengals are 31st. Chicago's 29th. So you have two of the worst defenses in the NFL. I don't give a fuck if it is Browning. He should be able to score. Chicago's will be able to score.
What's the over at currently?
When I wrote it down in my journal, it's 51. 51. That's intriguing.
That's a key number. So if you can get that to 50.5, even if it is Browning, I might have some interest in that over.
Yeah, he's going to be able to put up points against the Chicago defense.
Yeah, I've got some interest in that over. We saw Detroit put up. I mean, I know it's Detroit, but Chicago and Detroit actually want to play very similar styles of offense, and they kind of are lately with the running game emergence of Chicago. So if Detroit can go in there and put up, I don't know, 40-something goddamn points that they did.
$1 million.
Yeah, so I'm interested in the over in this game, sure.
Yeah, that's the only way I'd look on this one. All right, let's move on to those Houston. I said Houston with the H Texans. Now, this is a game. I don't know that I'll bet it, but I am very, very interested to see this game for many, many reasons.
Yeah.
Now, preseason on this one, I'll bring up the preseason line since we actually have, the teams that we basically thought we would. They are who we thought they were. All right, on this one, I had Houston minus 1.5. No, yes, I had Houston minus 1.5. Vegas had Houston plus 1.5, so I fucking win. Houston is minus 1.5, so I called it right on the fucking number there, kid. Actually 2 at Heritage, and 2 at Bovado, but 1.5 most places. Maybe 1.75. Somewhere around in there. It doesn't really matter between 1 and 2. So, now the total on this one is ticked up from 39.5. So, that was a little interesting to me, especially with my projections. I'll get to in a second. But what do you have on this one, Austin?
Yeah, this one is 6-2 for the Broncos, by the way. I'm going to be on Houston. I'm going to be on Houston this game. And
I'm going to be on you.
It kind of sucks that this was a line flip from dog to favorite, obviously earlier in the week. That sucks. So I don't get to do a sounder or get any kind of credit for that. But
World Open did a pick 'em officially, and so
okay.
It's been all Texas money coming in.
Yeah, I'm going to be on this. Patrick Surtain is out, and Houston needs all the help they can get when with Stroud. I know Nico Collins is likely to come back from that concussion thing. They are getting Christian Kirk back, and the two rookie
cleared, yes.
And he has been cleared. Nico,
yes.
Okay, perfect. And then the 2 rookie Iowa State receivers that they drafted, in these absences and these injuries that they've had, have kind of grown up over the last few weeks, along with Woody Marks, the rookie that they drafted.
How's your boys doing? I've been interested in that.
They've been what you would expect from second and third round wide receiver selections. Slow to start, and then now they're starting to make some plays. And now they can now with Kirk and Nico back in the mix, they're going to slide into that 3rd and 4th wide receiver set. Really like that. The emergence of Woody Marks, their 5th round pick, I believe, out of USC running back. Really loved him coming out. Talked about him in the preseason pods. That combo with him and Nick Chubb starting to fall into place. The offensive line, still garbage, but not hot garbage. It's kind of meh garbage. So we're getting a little bit better there. But this basically that's not my handicap because at this point we know what Houston is and we know what they're not. We know they're a great defense. We know they're
not any good. Is what we know.
Yeah, not any good. But if they win this game, they're 4-4 and they're climbing. When they started, didn't they start 0-3?
Maybe.
I think they started 0-3. So if they win this game, they're on a 4-1 stretch. So
I think somebody said that might happen to them.
That what might happen?
They might start 0-3.
Well, we don't count records till all the games are done, so it is what it is. But Denver is another team that we know what they are. We know they're a good team with
they're
4-4
with the fake win against Baltimore without Lamar too. So don't forget that. So they really should be.
I know because Lamar was winning so many games. He was winning so many games when he was in there. He was just.
Well, I'm gonna just bet they wouldn't have lost 44-10.
Lamar was just fucking cashing wins after wins when he was healthy. That Baltimore team.
I'm just gonna bet they didn't lose 40. Maybe Houston still wins. Maybe you're right, but I'm gonna bet it wasn't 44-10.
Let's see, Baltimore. One win still in the year. We're in week 9. That's that.
They won 2, right?
Oh, sorry, Baltimore. You got 2 in week 9. Congratulations. No, Denver is Bo Nix dependent. In any time you're making a
Texans are 3-4, brother.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I said if they win this game, they'll be 4-4. So
so they should be 2-5.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not any good.
All right, we're done with the coulda, shoulda, woulda game, and let's just get into this one. Bo Nix is 4-7 as in his career as a dog. He's turning into Dak for me, and I just talked about in a couple handicaps ago that I'm going to start writing these streaks and like spots. We know Dak. You bet him against bad teams. You don't bet him against good teams, especially on the road. Bo Nix is turning into that for me. So until proven otherwise, and now you can say, hey, well, I don't think that Houston's a bad team. Fine. We'll if you're right on, we'll find out at the end of the year if that was right or wrong. But right now, I know they're an elite defense, and Bo Nix has to play against an elite defense. So I'm going to take the other side on this one, and the fact that Patrick Surtain,
Denver is too, by the way. They're
better than Houston
on defense. Yeah, so far on the season.
Boy, I don't. Well, maybe they are, but you're flipping coins here, and the fact that Patrick Surtain is out. And here's the thing: Patrick Surtain allows Denver, who is a high blitz rate team, they send 5 more than any other team because they got a guy that can lock down 1-on-1. Is that going to change their whole kind of thing? I doubt it. I bet they probably try to do what they
do somewhat.
It's got to change some, but I just like the fact that Houston's getting all the receivers back. You got the main cog of the Denver defense that allows them to do what they do out. It all points to Houston for me. I'm getting them under 2 points, under 3 points, so I'm going to be on them.
All right, he's going to be on you, Houston. I don't have a strong feeling in this game. It's just busting Longhorns balls. Now the power rankings do have Denver. I've got it 22-21 Denver. Now the total, so that was over the total. The original total 39.5. It's ticked up to 40.5. Now, here's the thing. The success rate does not agree with this thing going over. You've got 2 of the worst offenses in the entire league, 26th and 25th, respectively. And you've got the number 4 and number 1 success rate defense, respectively. So it feels like an under all the way, but my numbers don't support that. And the market has supported my numbers going to the over here. It's kind of one of those sneaky overs that I think might actually happen. It's not enough for me to get behind it, but the market and my numbers, these hidden numbers, are supporting that. But if you just looked at it on paper, you got 2 of the worst offenses versus you got 2 bottom 5 offenses versus 2 top 5 defenses. What would a square look at that and say? Oh, fucking give me the under. Probably goes over 22-21, flip it either way, something like that. Neither one of these quarterbacks grade out well, but they're not terrible. It's minus half a point. Same thing to run a game. Not good, but not terrible. Minus half a point. Again, these are the number 1 and number 4 defenses in the entire NFL. And they both played some better offenses in this league. It's not like they've had cake schedules in that perspective. So you can't even point to that. They're just really fucking good. They're well coached. They have a lot of fucking talent. And like I said, the over probably ticked up with the like Longhorn said, the receivers coming back, even with, this awesome Denver defense coming in there. And don't ever forget, both these quarterbacks, Bo Nix especially, can throw you a pick 6. That'll get you over 40.5 real fucking quick in an NFL game. That's almost guaranteed if that happens. So, and you're right, Longhorn, he's terrible on the road. He's bad almost all the time. But on the road against a great defense, I couldn't back him either. So I don't disagree with your play. Just busting your balls. I don't have anything on this game. But if I had to, I would definitely lean Houston and the over there, kid, which would be, again, not supported all the way, but my numbers support it and the market supports it. So, and 40.5, that's just so fucking low, dude. So low.
It's a low number.
But again, these offenses are, dog shit. So
when it's 6-3 at halftime, though, that's a big hill to climb.
It's a big hill to climb, especially with those 2 quarterbacks. But we've seen both those quarterbacks go nutso in the fourth quarter too. So they're weird like that. All right, let's move on. Actually, I do want to check that real quick. Let's see where both those quarterbacks are, just out of curiosity.
Where they are.
Let's see. Bo Nix, he's actually 16th CP, so he's right on average. Where is our boy? He's 13th. So really, the quarterbacks haven't been playing, as far as that metrics, terribly overall. But man, here's the problem with both those offenses. They have no success rate. Just to explain that to you, boys and girls, it comes from sustaining drives. So sustained drives are basically like any drive that's going to last, 8 or more plays in the NFL. I think it's 10 in college, 8 in the NFL. That's really where that grade comes from. So although the success rates are not great, both of them have a closer to positive EPA than they probably should, simply because they both have explosive play, capability in them. We've seen the Broncos score, how many bomb touchdowns, you know what I'm saying? Like big plays down the field. They'll do nothing. Bo Nix will dirt 2 balls, go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and all of a sudden, boom, Courtland Sutherland, 50-yard touchdown, whatever. Like, they'll bust a run. Something will happen. Like
it's usually a run because if there's a deep bomb shot by Bo Nix, he overthrows about 3 yards. So it's just if he ever figures that out,
it doesn't necessarily have to bomb like throw, but like he throws the part, like Sean Payton calls the perfect play.
Yeah, it's a short pass that turns into something. Yeah, it's never like
he has an ADOT at like 4.7. So yes,
whenever he drops back and launches one, I'm like, well, that's fucking. What's the next down? What are we doing on the next down?
Just to put this in perspective, what I was talking about. So 25th and 26th in success rate. However, both of them, the Broncos are plus 0.68 EPA. Houston's 0.003. You don't get plus. The only other offense down there in that territory that's actually plus is Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is actually 27 success rate because they don't have a lot of long, successful drives either. It's a lot of big plays Baker makes. It's those kind of offenses that have that explosive capability to them. So
it's hard to have explosive plays against the Houston defense
and the Denver defense. So again, it all leans to an under for me. My numbers say slightly over. The market agrees. I don't know. I wouldn't bet it, but it is what it is. All right, let's move on to those Pittsburgh Steelers. Fuck you!
Mm-hmm.
Hosting those Indianapolis Colts. Oh, okay. Let's look at the preseason line on this one. See how wrong I was. I had Pittsburgh -5. Vegas had a -3.5. We both get a big fat F, although Vegas does beat me by 1.5 because Indy's now -3 in this one, Longhorn. You got Tomlin, your boy, 3-point dog. This is your spot, baby. I got a danger zone. I got a big dig. I got a sounder. What do I got coming to me right here?
Yeah. Nope, we're not hitting any of those this week. And, to that point, this is the perfect trap.
God damn it. Baltimore just scored.
This is the perfect trap spot for Indy. They haven't had a hiccup yet. They're due for a hiccup. Been saying that for a while.
They do.
Going on the road to a team coming off an embarrassing primetime loss. This is literally another perfect spot, but I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm just not doing it until I'm going to stick true to the riding the current, whatever it is. And I've got no reason on this current wave of Indy to not ride them. I've got no current wave to go on Pittsburgh in these spots because recently it just ain't fucking working. So prove me wrong, and then maybe I'll start changing my mind a couple of wins. But no, until then, fuck off. Give me Indy, especially at 3. I know there was some 3.5. It's kind of doing this little, back and forth. Kind of depends on where you want to get it at. If you like Pittsburgh, you better get the 3.5 because there's probably some available. If you like Indy, then certainly obviously get the 3.
Bet Rivers is the only 3.5 on the board that I see
now, but there was probably plenty available earlier in the week.
Well, it's still heavily juiced to the 3, so
right.
It's 3.25, so it could definitely be 3.5 by game day.
They had Pittsburgh last week had the perfect opportunity. That's another great spot in primetime. You're up double digits at halftime. If you have even an average defense to slightly above average defense, that's over. You can turn your TV off. You can go to bed, count your money. It's over. Not only did they not get the cover, getting plus 3.5, 3.5, they lost the game by 10. They're a bad defense. They're not good. So yeah, there's no way, man. This is the new NFL, man. In the new NFL, you don't just keep banging your head against these fucking dogs that can't fucking bark, and I'm not doing it. Tomlin proved to me that you got a little bark in you. Until then, I'm out.
Yep. We said 4-3 last week since 2021. 4-4 now as a dog of 3 or less at home. He's just another coach. It's 50-50. That's basically the average at 3 points or less of any coach in the NFL. So
the highest paid defense in the NFL brought in Jalen Ramsey. All these pass rushers, they can't stop anybody. fucking like fire your fucking defense coordinator. Like do something. You can't just let's just go out there and play another game and see if we can turn around. No, you got Baltimore reeling. You got them on their heels. Now they're coming for you. Like they're just gonna start stacking wins after wins after wins. They are coming for you. You got to get this shit fixed, or they're gonna suck you up. And you better hope that you got a wild card spot available to you if Baltimore takes this division, or if not, you talk about a colossal fucking crash from 3 weeks ago. I was like, well, this is Pittsburgh's division. They're obviously going to win this division. To where if they miss the playoffs, oh man, you talk about a walkaway season for Aaron Rodgers. This will be epic.
Aaron Rodgers was actually talking about that on at a press conference. They asked him, what he thought about joining the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Immediately regret this decision.
I mean, not yet. If this is a spot. This is a save your fucking season spot. If they can beat Indy, who, like we said, they're fucking due. They're so due to get their doors blown. I can't do it until I see it.
It hasn't happened since that Rams game, and other than that, they've been literally...
and they should have won that game or could have won that game. So I don't even consider that a hiccup. I'm talking about a true hiccup where they go out and they score 13 points. Daniel Jones throws 2 or 3 interceptions. A true hiccup. They haven't had that.
I think he did throw 2 in that.
One was at the end of the game, kind of you're kind of fucked. Like really just one. It was really just one.
I mean, that was really their only. If you grade out their game by game, that was their only game where they didn't get their average available yards. They didn't get fucking all the stuff that I grade. They just didn't perform that game. This is the only one, literally the only one. Okay, on this one, the power ranks is a no call actually. So this was, but the BBG does grade out Indy winning 27-22. That's under the 50.5. Look, I would be very surprised if this under hits. You've got a great offense versus a shitty defense, and a middle of the road offense versus the Indy defense. They're even a lower success rate than Pittsburgh's. They're even worse than Pittsburgh. But Indy has a negative EPA per play on defense, which means they allow a lot of methodical drives, but they do not allow many explosive plays. So the under does have a chance here simply because of that. However, look at Pittsburgh's offense. Aaron Rodgers grades out flat. The running game grades out flat. Indiana Jones gains a 1.5 points to the BBG versus the shitty defense. And Indy's running game, which has been on fire, it gains 0.5 point, and if you give that guy anything extra other than what he normally gets, good fucking luck. What has he got? 3 games already with 3 fucking touchdowns? This dude. You talk about the MVP. He is literally the MVP of the league right now. And what's his name? The running back?
Taylor?
Yes, he is. I mean, he's literally the league MVP right now. He is the catalyst. He is what's carrying that offense. He is the fucking dude.
Well,
he's Saquon of last year.
Okay, but well, all right, fine. But Taylor's been there for years. He's had monster years before too, and without Daniel Jones, they're not 7-1. So
no. I'm not dissing Daniel Jones at all. He's had obviously the year of his fucking life.
But this is why quarterbacks always win MVP and running backs don't, because running backs can have a great year and you're fucking 6-10 or whatever. You're 6-7 and so that's why he'll get offensive player of the year.
Now he'll never have this many touchdowns before. His yards per game, at the end of the season, it's probably obviously going to be his best season of all time.
Yes,
but again,
probably.
To your point, he also has a competent quarterback who's actually delivering footballs everywhere that allows the running game to work too. So
they have no weakness. They just have no weakness. We've seen
their defense sucks. Their defense is not playoff caliber. They're going to get beat early in the playoffs. Unless they can do something. Their defense is worse than Pittsburgh. It grades out worse than Pittsburgh's.
What?
Their defense is not good. Yes, it's not good.
Huh.
Not good. But does it matter against this Pittsburgh offense? Probably not, because Pittsburgh's offense is very middling at best. So, again, I lean with you. Not going to be a call for me. I would be surprised if the under hits, although there is an avenue for it. Again, I got it 27-22. That's about – I mean, it's a little bit plus game for Indy on the road as far as their points go, and they've been scoring 30-plus points a game. They're the number 1 scoring offense in the entire NFL on the road. It dips a little bit, but, again, the advantage they have at quarterback and running back should help them get close to that 30 points. And I don't know that Pittsburgh, even against this shitty defense, maybe they can score 30. I don't know. You're gonna have to prove it to me. But this is the spot. This is the not just Tomlin. This is the spot, like you said. It's a huge motivational spot for Pittsburgh. They've got to get this ship right.
Well, listen, we just talked about you got to fix the defense. We watched Baltimore be one of the worst defenses in the league, and the last two games, I mean, this game's only in the third quarter, seems like they fixed their defense. At least they've, righted it enough to where with a good offense, you can kind of start stacking up. Damn it. Oh, Chicago. And they shut them down. They gave them 6 points in the first quarter, and it was basically a shutdown after that. So
That's solid.
Yeah, so, you can do it. Like, if you have good players in your defense, which Pittsburgh fucking does, I'm not an idiot. I can see your roster. I can count Pro Bowlers, okay? I'm not stupid. I know your defense is better than this. Fix it. Fucking just don't fix it this week, because I'm probably going to be on Indy.
But you know that the disparity in the coaching staff between a Baltimore coaching staff and what everybody deems as a great coach in Tomlin, which he's really not.
You're not 20 years deep in your career and you don't know shit about coaching defense. He knows how to coach defense. And now I don't know X and O's. Fix it. You're the 20-year veteran coach. Fix it.
All right, let's move on to something that can't be fixed, and that's those Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, the perfect segue. That is no lie.
Oh, and they're playing those San Diego Superchargers. Thank you for my only win last week, San Diego. That game.
They can't even get called LA when they give you your only fucking NFL win in the week. That's disrespect.
Only because, look, I did win, but I'm just gonna say. It was one of those, we talk about this all the time. There was one moment in that game, and it was early. It was their second drive, and Herbert throws it's 0-0. Herbert throws a pick six. And we're down 7-0. I'm like, motherfucker. And it got replayed, and it got called incomplete correctly. He didn't quite catch it. And for them to overturn a pick six, it has to be indisputable. It was indisputable. But then it was still like 3rd and 18. They looked like shit through 2 drives already. Couldn't get a first down. And then Herbert throws a beautiful ball to your boy Keenan Allen over the middle, 20 yards, first down. They go score the touchdown, and it's fucking Katie bar the door from there. It's that one little moment in a game where it goes from being a struggle all night to just fucking cruising to a victory. Something broke my way, thankfully to God, in that one. But anyway,
praise God.
They need a lot of breaks in this one because they got to face those mighty Titans, baby. In this game, his kid continued to move. Although I wrote down the spread, I guess it was a joke. I wrote in my diary at 8.5. We're up to 9.5 goddamn points that they're laying in Tennessee. Longhorn, take it away.
Not much to take away here. This is the free square. There's no reason to bet on Tennessee. We thought we had the dead coach bounce. Didn't happen then. If it's not going to happen then, congratulations, NFL bettors. You have a free square to bet against this Tennessee team for the rest of the goddamn season. Because here's what's going to happen. They're going to keep losing. They're inept on offense. They're going to quit on defense. Jeffrey Simmons, their best defensive player, out. The cornerback they signed from Kansas City, Snead, out. They're starting the quit is happening. This is how this goes. When you are a 1-7 team and you're 2-6 against the spread and things just keep going to shit, it's just gonna just steamroll downhill for you. Now you got a team coming in with Harbaugh, who is they're 5-3. They had a hiccup there for the last month where it got derailed for a little bit. Harbaugh got it right back on track. Joe Alt came back. That solidified the offensive line enough. They still got some injuries, but enough for a Harbaugh team to get it going. And then the kicker for me and why I'm so heavy on the Chargers is Harbaugh is 5-0 going west to east as a favorite. Like, this is just a sweet spot for him as a Charger.
Wow.
5-0 as a Charger. And you might be like, well, that's not a lot. That's just as a Charger. Well, in his career, going back to San Fran and the Chargers, west to east, as a favorite, 15-4 against the spread. Like he just has, and he's a great, and it makes sense logically because he's a great coach. He understands these situational spots. He knows how to prepare his team the proper way. Not let them have that lull, that whatever it is that teams go east to west to east and have that lackluster effort. He gets them out of it. So it's just a smash spot.
Body clock is the problem.
Yeah, and whatever he does, it's working. Keep doing it. Take the free square. It's under 10. This is just, I mean, they're going to win by 20. Oh, you know what? Since I don't have any sounders this week, I don't have any danger zones. I don't have any big dicks. So
on sounder.
No, I'm hitting the ladder. I'm hitting the ladder, and I'm still challenging you to find my ladder drop that we can use. But I'm laddering this up. What's the current line?
When you're climbing up the ladder and you hear poo-poo splatter, diarrhea.
You pick whatever you want as a drop. You do whatever you want, and we'll get that at some point going forward. But I want to ladder this to 1 unit on the Chargers at the current line, and then I want half units on 2 ladder rungs up. So if we need to do it later, we can. But
yeah, I'll get to it in a second. So 1 unit, 9.5. I don't even have a fucking thing on the board for a ladder. I'm going to make a new spot.
They're going to win by 20, so it's fine.
Ladder. All right, I'll look it up here in a second.
All right.
Okay, so I don't have a lot.
I think 13.5 and 16.5 are good ladder notches.
All right. Like the power rankings have the Chargers here. I mean, the numbers can't catch up. They can't catch up. Like. And I think in my power rankings now, I've never had a team graded as low as Tennessee, which is weird because they actually have 1 win, but they're so inept on offense. It defies logic, honestly. And look, this is not a great matchup. Well, it's a decent matchup for your boy Herbs. He gains a point, but it's not a great matchup with the running game, but it's not a good matchup. It's just a flat matchup all the way around for Tennessee, which means they're going to do what they're going to do, which they average 13 points a game.
Dude,
so
they're starting.
Good luck with that.
Like here's the deal. Cam Ward, and God bless him. Like this is the worst he's ever going to look in his career. So he'll be better. But
we hope so.
He's got to. And when they go 3 wide receiver set, him a rookie is 2 of the 3 receivers are fucking rookies. Like how is it? This can't happen. This cannot abide. You cannot do this to this will not abide. This will not abide in the NFL. How do you put your number 1 pick for your future of your franchise and you roll out this bullshit? This is god awful, man.
Yeah. I mean, I do have Tennessee actually scoring 19 in this game. I don't know how that happens. 43
pick 6. Herbert actually throws the pick 6 this week.
It doesn't get dropped, yeah.
Yeah, but it won't matter. They'll still win by 20.
43.5 is the total. I've got it going over. There's lots of weather coming in. I don't trust that total at all. I think this is going to be nasty. Now, for what it's worth, before the bye, home dog, which that's what Tennessee is, 56.7% against the spread. However, I did look up. I was like, okay, but what about big home dogs before the bye? Like, does that make a difference? It absolutely does. That cuts it down to 50-50, so it's basically coin flip pick at that if it's 7 or more. So I'm not scared of that at all either. I would lean with you with LA. I don't trust my numbers saying that it's going to go over. I don't see how Tennessee scores 19 points. I think
70% chance of win, or chance of rain. Excuse me, chance of win.
Yeah.
So at least a 70% chance of win. At least
it's the hurricane remnants coming off that too. So it will be wind, it will be rain, it'll be nasty. The Chargers are built to play with that, with their running game.
I know, but people don't think that. That's the thing. I think that people think, oh man, that's a West Coast team coming to the cold and the rain. Like, no, that's what Harbaugh built his team for this. Like they're gonna shit stomp this team in the rain.
I've got the Chargers scoring 27, so I think that's probably holding true. I don't see how Tennessee gets to 19 at all, so you're probably right.
27-10, and I cash all ladders.
Yeah, I think you're probably right on that one. All right, let's move on to those Detroit Lions hosting those Minnesota Vikings. Another team. Do they have a quarterback? I don't know. Let's see. On the preseason lines on this one, because I did grade it with your boy J.J. McCarthy in there. So
well, he's in there.
Fair is fair. Yeah. I had them 5-point favorites. Vegas had them 4.5-point favorites. So I'm going to claim victory here because Detroit's 8.5-point favorites now. So we were both off considerably. However, I was closer to right than Vegas was. It's another, actually it's like 8.75 at this point. Lots of 9s are starting to pop and 8.5s are heavily juiced. It's moving to 9 is my point, boys and girls. Longhorn, tell us how your Minnesota Vikings are going to start their march towards their division title, as I think you had them.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. This is jumping off point. This is jumping off point. I'm heavy.
I think that was like 4 weeks ago, but all right.
Yeah, it was. When he looked like shit. Like we can review my bad calls at the end of the year. It's fine. Let's just let it play out.
I've had plenty of them.
Yeah. Detroit, this is just such a smash Detroit spot, and like I've said in the past, I'm riding these waves. I'm done trying to like get cute, trying to find perfect spots to go against a wave. Like what? No, when's the wave gonna crash? I'm gonna catch it. I'm done with this shit. I'm riding these fucking waves out. That's gonna be my new thing. You got to have a reason to bet against Detroit. You definitely got to have a reason to bet against them at home. 70% across the board, no matter what metric you're looking at. They're 70% ATS team. And
goddamn machine.
All the reasons in this game point to me fading Minnesota. You got Christian Darrisaw, their left tackle, all-pro left tackle, out. And we've seen around this league, this gets so understated how important a true all-pro left tackle is. We see it with the Giants. Huh?
Not you. Fucking
no, not by me, but it gets undervalued around the league. We've seen it with what's the team we just
the minutia of the season. People don't pay attention. It just gets lost in like, oh, this guy's out. Who cares? There's a million play. Like, people get desensitized to injuries. Like early on, it was like, oh my god, this guy's out. But like by week 5, they're like, yeah, fuck, everybody's out.
I know, but even with me, who gets into the rosters, like even I'm amazed at how the difference between a true All-Pro left tackle, for whatever reason, it's
Baltimore stop scoring. Is that possible?
I think you got it. Because Miami can't score. But yeah, like when your left tackle's out and he's an all-pro, it's just disaster time. Detroit's getting 3 players back in the secondary. Branch off of the suspension for beating the fuck out of Juju.
Well deserved, by the way.
The other safety is coming back off an injury, and of course Terry Arnold, their cornerback, who's not good, but he's a starter at least. So there's that. And let's see. Yeah, everything points to Detroit. Let's just leave it at that. And you've lost probably the teaser spot if it's at 9 in most books. You lost being able to tease them down to the 2.5. But who knows? Maybe people come in on Minnesota and maybe they'll respect the defense that's not been as good. So I don't know. Remember we saw Detroit beat the fuck out of this Minnesota team last year with Sam Darnold, with the season on the line for Minnesota, and Detroit just blew their doors off. So like, it's just come on. Now it's JJ McCarthy. You get the fuck out of here. Like, and watch this be the one time that JJ McCarthy plays his fucking best game and keeps it and just fucks me all which way. He's gonna suck all year, continue to suck after this game, but plays his one balls out game of the year. No, I don't think so. Detroit wins by 10+.
All right, so I got your ladder results in here. So you said 13.5 and 16.5, correct?
Mm-hmm.
13.5, half a unit.
Yeah.
Plus 138. 16.5, half a unit, plus 192.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
All right. Yeah, so if they win by 20, you clean the fuck up. All right,
Yep.
And this one, I don't have anything, but I do have, you said you got to have a reason. You got a fucking reason to bet on Minnesota. I'll give you 2 fucking reasons right here. Since 2021, coming off the bye, in your home favorite, 21, 27-2, 43.8% ATS.
Since when?
Since 2021.
Okay.
Post-COVID. So in this new NFL crazy era. And then I said, okay, what about big favorites? So since 2021, coming off the bye, home favorite of 7 or more. Even worse, 8, 12-2 ATS, 40%. Now, if you have Detroit left in your survivor, 22-0 straight up. That's pretty good. So
yeah, they ain't losing.
No, they're not going to lose. But if there's ever a spot that would keep me off of betting something, definitely.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Favorite for Bob. That's the only reason why I have no reason to bet on Minnesota. That's the only reason why I would not bet Detroit.
Oh, JJ.
Right. Oh, little JJ. He's coming for vengeance, baby. All right, moving on to those New York Football Giants. They're hosting those San Francisco 49ers. Let's see. On the preseason, this one, I had
San Fran minus 6. Nice 7 again.
Vegas had a 3.5 or 2.5. Vegas beat me badly on this one. I was really down. It wasn't that I was wrong being down on the Giants. I was so far high on San Fran. Clearly wrong. Now we don't have Brock Purdy. Fair enough, but whatever. I'll take the loss on this one. 2.5. I think that's still good. Longhorn. And the money is starting to move back on San Fran some.
Is Purdy for sure out?
Yes, he's out.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so it's really 2.75 because it's juice 2.5 everywhere. It's probably going to move to the 3, back to the 3. It was to open up the game by game time. So if you like San Fran, get them now. If you like the Giants, just wait a minute.
Well, look, in this game, this is the head scratcher to me, and I'm gonna listen to your handicap, but I've already talked about it during this year. I do not bet against San Francisco coming off a loss. It's just that's not the spot, and I refuse to do it anymore. I think it was the Jacksonville game that I learned this hard lesson earlier in this year, and turns out it wasn't just a one-time thing. This is kind of like a thing that they do coming off a loss. So
covered a great trend on that.
Yeah, so I'm not doing it anymore. So I'm sticking to that. But why is it 2.5? Like what? Like the Giants lost Scatterboo, who's kind of like, you know how many touchdowns that dude had? That dude was like their touchdown maker machine. Man, so
he ran for 3.9 yards a carry. How do we replace that? Holy shit!
Yeah, how do you replace his 10 touchdowns that he had? Like, I mean, you got to replace that. So, I mean, like it's.
I'll
man,
get to that in my handicap.
I mean, so go ahead, because I want to see. Like, are you on New York here?
Fuck no.
Okay.
San Fran.
Okay.
San Fran. Now I've got San Fran winning 25-19. That would be under 48.5. I think that's fair enough. Simply because this is not a good matchup for either quarterback, Fat Jones or Jackson Dart. But the Giants lose half a point through the running game, and again, that's created with Scatterbo in there the whole time. Again, he ran for 3.9 yards a carry. He literally didn't matter in the running game. However, here's what I will say. I've been watching the NFL a long time. What that dude did matter was he was the fucking dude for that team. He was their heart and soul, their fucking heart pump. He's the one that kept everybody up on the sideline. I've seen so many films of him pumping guys up, telling Jackson, I fucking got you. Like, that dude was literally the heart and soul of that team. So, and that's for a team that's already dead. For all intents and purposes, they're dead. Their season's over. It never really started.
And they can't stop the run, like on defense.
They're horrible. So
yeah.
That's the other part of this handicap. This is a CMAC game. He gains 2 points to the BPG.
Mm-hmm.
This has got to be a CMAC game. Anytime it's a CMAC game, I'm rolling with San Fran. The Giants are second to last in defensive rushing success rate. So this matchup through the game script is perfect for CMAC and their scheme, and the Giants suck. So it's the perfect matchup for
Okay, so why? Because this line ticked to 3, and now it
opened at 3,
and now it's down to like these bookies are not our friends. They're not in the business of giving us free squares and free money. What are we missing? This worries the fuck out of me because we're both like slam dunks.
Because it's a bad matchup for Matt Jones, and that's the only part of my handicap that says as long as Fat Jones doesn't fuck me, I feel good about San Fran because the Giants have actually been okay against the pass, which is why he
shouldn't matter if they can control the run.
Exactly.
So I don't know. It feels too easy, and that makes me worried. That's why I haven't plugged it in yet because I'm like, what am I missing? But yeah, I'm with you. I'm at 2.5. Come on, man. Let's get that.
Yeah, there's no other way I can play this one. Again, I tease Longhorn West got a bonus 3.9 yards per carry. Look, he's a jag as far as the running back. I hope that he comes back. Now this injury was a lot worse than what they thought it was at the beginning. It ruptured a tendon. tore a bunch of shit up in there.
Of course it fucking ruptured tendons. It was turned sideways.
He already ran like a 5.540, so I hope. I love the kid. I love him.
He'll still be fine. But like I said at the beginning of the year, he has
more
to
of a factor in the passing game.
He has to be a 1-2 punch with another Jamar Gibbs type guy. Like if you get the other guy, even coming off injury, Scadaboo's going to be that dude. You're going to have something there, but they don't have the other guy.
Well, that's the thing that makes me more confident in San Fran because it's a bad matchup for Dart in the first place. But secondly, if you look at what Scadaboo's where his most effective plays were, it was all in the passing game. And if you looked at Arizona State, I mean, I know he ran great at Arizona State, but remember the Texas game.
He's fucking incredible in the passing game. Incredible.
When did that game turn? When Scadabo caught that long fucking ball down the sideline, and all of a sudden Arizona State got back in that fucking game. And then he started to roll against one of the best rushing defenses in all the country against Texas. He couldn't do shit for 3 quarters, but he caught that one ball on the third and whatever. Then after that, the momentum started to turn. He started to get his legs underneath him. But him in the passing game is absolutely an X factor. They're going to miss him terribly in that. Jackson Dart's going to miss him terribly in that. It's not a good thing for a young quarterback to lose a safety blanket like that. So, yeah, I think first game without him, they're going to struggle badly.
Well, since they're going to win about 3, maybe 4 games this year, they'll have a good chance to go get a running back in the draft. Another one.
Probably so. All right, let's move on to our Las Vegas Raiders versus my Jacksonville Jaguars.
You can have both these teams.
All right, in the preseason, I had Jacksonville -3 here. Vegas had Las Vegas -1.5. So I was right. Vegas was wrong because it's actually Jacksonville -3, exactly on the number. So thank you on that one. Now, this is ticking down, though. Longhorn money coming in on the Raiders. Everywhere it's +3, it's -116 or more, -120. It's already 2.5 at Circa. So some of the sharper books are already moving to the 2.5. 2.5 at DraftKings. Money coming in on the Raiders. Which side do you like?
I mean, which number do I get? Because I think I'm gonna let this just be a numbers play for me because I don't know what the fuck I get.
3 is wildly available, so
I know what I know currently, which at 3 you're kind of like good luck, but like it opened at 3.5, and some of the contests it's at 3.5 locked. Currently, some of the lines are 2.5 Jacksonville. Dude, I mean, I think I'll just let the line, like, if at 2.5, I guess Jacksonville. At 3.5, I guess Vegas. I just don't. How do you trust either one of these teams? Like, would it shock me if Vegas comes out after a bye, figures out that oh yeah, remember that guy we drafted, that Genty guy?
Both off a bye, by the way.
Okay, but I'm just specifically with the Raiders because, like, I think we know we're going to get with Jacksonville a quarterback that's overrated, that's going to make some mental mistakes and just kind of like leave you wanting more.
Overrating him at this point.
Okay, fair enough.
I think he's very wildly rated as like a very pedestrian quarterback.
Fair enough, but he's in the game. He's going to leave you wanting more. He's going to make some just head scratching mistakes, some missed throws. I think I know what I'm going to get from Jacksonville. But what if off the bye that Pete Carroll gets this running game going? Geno Smith remembers that he's not the 30th best quarterback in the league, and he's more like the 15th. Then you've got value. Now the Max Crosby thing, I don't. Let me go back to is he still questionable? He is questionable.
He'll play as a Warrior.
I think so too. So look at 3.5, I'm gonna probably bang in the Raiders. At 2.5, you can talk me into Jacksonville. Yeah, if you can talk under a field goal, you don't got to twist my arm to go against this shitty ass Raiders team a whole lot. So I'm kind of gonna let the number dictate my which way I go on this one, Bo Davis.
All right, so no call by the power rankings here. I've got it going over the 44.5 total. I actually feel kind of good about that one. Now the BBG has Jacksonville winning 26-20. I don't know about that. So it's literally, I don't know how many of these I've ever had. It's literally a flat matchup across the BPG. Both quarterbacks, both running backs. We're basically going to get what we get. So this is more of a spot play for me here. This is why I like the Raiders.
You got some trends?
Got some trends.
Okay.
So they're both coming off a bye. So I have to think, okay, First off, what do the trends say? Secondly, does it match up with what we're presented from a cut? Because the bye to me is all about, number one, your roster. Number two, well, actually, number one, coaching. Number two, your roster. Which coaching staff do I trust to make the adjustments off of bye more? The guy that's been doing it for 60 fucking years, or the guy that says, Duval, and just fucking got there? Probably the guy that goes for 60 years.
Yeah.
Secondly, I got, like you mentioned it, a veteran quarterback who's played like absolute dog shit. Geno Smith is the 28th CPOA plus EPA quarterback. By the way, we're talking about Browning and Flacco not being too far apart, or Browning's 28th and Flacco, or Browning's 29th, Flacco's 30th.
Great.
Flacco always wins games and puts up shitty numbers.
Flacco's so much better. That's why you can't always just go by that.
Well, no, but not one metric. It's still he wins games, but he just never puts up good numbers. It's just his thing. But either way, but coming off a bye, and you're the away favorite since 2021, 12, 14, and 2, 46.2%. Not a majorly strong trend, but decent enough. But coming off the bye, and you're the home dog, which is the Raiders, 13, 9, and 1, 59.1%. So now I've got a negative trend going against a very positive trend. That's plus 2 points on the Raiders ATS at an average line of 4.5. We're sitting at 3. Look, and they're 10 and 13 straight up. So this is absolutely a game that I was surprised you didn't have the sounder on this one, to be honest. It's absolutely the game the Raiders could steal.
Dude, how do you hit the sounder with fucking Geno Smith?
Only because Pete Carroll. Well, yes, Geno Smith's been bad, but Pete Carroll should be able to make some adjustments through this defense to find some way to get better through a bye week.
Remember when I said I'm done trying to guess and bet into when the wave is going to crest? I'm done with that. I'm just in this NFL. I mean, look, Baltimore's blowing the fuck.
You're kind of guessing both ways because it's okay. Which wave is
right? So which makes it a
wave that has not they have not earned all these wins. Is that going to crash? The Raiders that haven't exactly earned every loss. Is that
which makes it a stay away? Which means you just don't bet it. You don't have to bet every game unless you're in a contest.
True. I just like the spot here for the Raiders.
And in the contest at 3.5, I'll definitely be banging in the Raiders and watch Geno just spare me to death for 3 hours and regret my decision.
Just don't spare us into a loss. Is all I'm asking. Please, God. All right, let's move on to talking about spare me to death. Jesus Christ, here we go. Those Los Angeles Rams hosting those New Orleans Saints. Oh, they got a shiny new quarterback. I'm not even going over the preseason lines. It's not worth it. Actually, I do want to take a peek, see, just because I know I was really down on New Orleans. Yeah, it's not worth it. Okay, me and Vegas were so far off on this one, so which is excusable.
It's still probably only 10, right? 12.
The spread?
Yeah. No. The preseason.
Yeah. 9 or 9.5.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, that's still 5 fucking points off.
Yeah.
So 14 points. You can find a 13.5 at Bet Online, heavily juiced. I mean, you're basically saying 13.75. They got to win by 2 touchdowns to cover all numbers, Longhorn. Do you have the Rams covering all numbers with the 14?
I mean, sure.
Against your boy, I suck Shuck in his first road start in the NFL. What could go wrong?
Well, it's technically I fucking suck Shuck, so you got to put the flavor in there. You got to get the extra. Look, it's in Louisiana. You got to throw a little sauce on it.
His mother's listening, and I was trying to be fucking nice.
Nah, she ain't listening. She knows he sucks. This is a bad deal. Now listen, I'm just gonna take the Rams. I'm banging them in. This is new NFL. Take the favorites. It's gonna run away. You have to actually pick your spots when you're taking dogs in the NFL now. You got to be real particular. It's not the old NFL. We liked Carolina. We both kind of like that Carolina dog spot. We kind of lean towards the Raiders as a dog spot. You just got to be careful, man. You can't go, Pittsburgh 3.5, 3. That's old NFL, man. We got to adjust with this as handicappers. We got to adjust the way the league goes, and can't just be stuck in our old ways.
I like my old music.
I mean, look. Give me a rocking chair and a shotgun, and I'll tell you all about the old ways. I love being an old motherfucker, but this is money on the line here, man. Money's on the line here. We gotta adjust with it. But yeah, so I'll be on the Rams for sure. But just fuck this game. But like a side note, trade deadline's coming up. Why has Kamara not been traded yet? I'm not sure. Like, I mean, there's some playoff teams.
They're betting on the comeback.
I cannot believe that Kansas City has not made this deal yet. Like, this is the Kansas City deal that we know is coming. It happens they used to do it all the time back when they were winning the Super Bowls. When they had Tyreek.
Literally be like Pacheco 2.0, older Pacheco. It's the same thing.
Well, Pacheco's hurt and is never.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it just I'm shocked that he hasn't.
We're gonna sign Kareem Hunt again for the 9th fucking offseason in a row.
So yeah, I don't want to waste time on this. Give me the Rams.
Okay, 2 reasons why I can't go with you here, but I'm definitely not betting New Orleans. Don't get it twisted. You are off the bye, home favorites since 2021 again, 27-2, 43.8%. However, I was like, okay, what about a big fucking favorite? Favorites of 7 or more off the bye at home since 2021. Average line of 10.4. This line's quite a bit over that. 8-12, 40% against the spread. Look, it's hard to come off a vacation and get up just to go beat the shit out of a fucking tin can. That's probably the logic behind that. However, I will say this. If you haven't used the Rams in your survivor, in that scenario, 10-point or better favorite, 22-0, straight up winning by 10.6 points per game. So they're going to win this game by 10. Do they cover? Do they don't? I don't know. But yeah, I can't go with you just because of that trend. However, if you do got the Rams as survivor, this is the fucking time, boys and girls. Unleash the beast with the Rams. What could go wrong? 22 ain't never lost.
I wonder what have you seen what the circa millions thing is at?
They don't ever. How many people are left?
Yeah, how many people are left?
I could probably get that in a second.
Yeah,
they won't release the selections till kickoffs on Sunday.
Right. Yeah. I turns out
you gotta believe this has to be the number one for everybody that has the Rams left. If the Rams lose this game, the survivor might be over.
That ain't no shit. It'll be over for me because I'm definitely on the Rams. I got them available. I think it's the Rams and the Chargers, probably the highest. I don't know.
The Chargers can always charge. That is so dangerous.
This is your Harbaugh's Chargers. This ain't your old Chargers. They ain't fucking doing it.
Oh, it's not your old Chargers. They can't just lose 3 straight games.
No.
Okay. Yeah, they can, and they have.
No, they can't.
Special.
Tennessee is the worst. They're just. It's impossible.
It
is impossible to lose.
New Orleans at this point.
I don't want to put any bad mojo out there and say something that's going to it's almost.
Let's let it go.
Yeah, let's let it go. We know how bad they are.
All right, let's move on. Okay, let's move on to the actual game of the week. It's those Let's Go Buffalo Bills. Also those Kansas City Chiefs. Now this one, okay, we do want to look at preseason odds of this one. I had Buffalo -2. Vegas had a -2.5. Beat Vegas because now Kansas City is up to minus. Well, no, they're falling again. Okay.
1.5 ish.
Yeah, 1.5 ish. Okay, so let me adjust that. So Kansas City back to the -1.5. Longhorn, I have many thoughts in this game. I wanted to slam Buffalo. I'll get into why I didn't once I get there. However, what do you got on this one?
Because you've been watching the NFL for the last 7 years, and you know that.
I've been watching the NFL for the last 7 years. I would have slammed Buffalo because they own Kansas City in the regular season. Own them, literally own them.
Well, you know where I'm going to be.
Literally fucking own them. Like Patrick Mahomes sucks against this team in the regular season. He
Okay.
grades out terrible through the beginning.
Well, then you should take it. You should take Buffalo then, because I'm going to be on Kansas City.
I'll get to why I didn't.
I'm going to be on Kansas City, and there's a couple reasons why. Number one, this is a normal Mahomes as a short favorite or dog like this. I'm not overthinking these things. I'm just going to do it. Even if Buffalo owns them, fine. You can shake your head. You can shake your head all you want.
Own them. You can't deny that.
I do. In the regular season, sure. You're right.
Now,
You're
it's literally like the wildest flip you've ever seen.
In the playoffs, it goes the other way.
Season,
Yeah.
Allen has never thrown an interception versus Kansas City in the regular season. Mahomes throws 1,000,000 to Buffalo. Go to the playoffs. It's literally the exact opposite. The exact opposite.
So I have two things, and I'm glad you brought that up because I got two things to counter what you're saying. Number one, in the past, the Kansas City hasn't cared about the regular season as much. They're chasing in the regular season right now. They started horrible. This is they have to catch Denver. They have to catch Buffalo to get the number.
I'll counter that immediately because Buffalo's always been up there with them towards the number 1 seed. They've always cared about this game. They don't care. I'll grant you your general principle. They don't care most of the time. They've always cared about this game because they've always known Buffalo could take that number 1 seed away from them. So
that's fine, but they're not even winning the division right now. They're not even winning their own division.
I understand that, but my point is, in this game, they've always had the motivation. The Buffalo's always kicked the living shit out. I remember when you had Kansas City last year on a teaser when Buffalo was -2, and it didn't even fucking cover. Buffalo won by like fucking 15.
Okay, fair enough, but like there are no letdown spots anymore for Kansas City. They have to like full throttle every game, which leads to the second point that Andy Reid has finally figured out. After years and years of not ever, he's just playing old school. I don't go for it on fourth downs. He's finally caught up to the rest of the league, but where I'm just going to go for it on fourth downs on my own territory, like the rest of the teams do. And there's nothing scarier than a great team with a great quarterback that is embracing the analytics of going for it on fourth down, like we saw Washington go crazy with it last year. We've seen Detroit.
In college, by the way, boys and girls.
Good job. We've seen Detroit do it in years past and still do it. He's embracing that. He's starting to do it more and more and more. So the arrow's up, and I don't know what it is about Buffalo. What are we sitting on with record wise? Because I know
not as good as we thought they were.
Yeah, it's when I watch them, I'm like, okay.
Chasing Buffalo's in second place too.
Yeah, they're 5-2, but they're 3-4 ATS. It doesn't look. And Ed Oliver's out in this game. There's something not quite right with their defense. It hasn't looked right all year. I don't know, man. I gotta have a reason to go against Mahomes as a short favorite, and I don't find them other than what you said with the Buffalo owning them, and that's fine. But Kansas City's building and chasing. They're building and chasing, and you don't want to go against that.
Well, so is Buffalo. Look, everything was on me for Buffalo. Power ranking grade Buffalo, 52.5. I've got it graded under. I would never bet that in a million years in this game. We got Buffalo winning 26-24. It's a flat matchup for John Wayne. But again, it's a terrible matchup for Mahomes. He loses 2 points to the BPG. He plays like shit against them literally every game that doesn't have a do-or-die circumstance to it. He just does. Now, Buffalo does lose a half point to the BPG in the running game. I don't like that. And Kansas City gains a 1.5. However, Pacheco's out. So that probably mitigates.
Pacheco sucked. He's sucked all year. He's a non-factor. Okay. He's not a good running back.
Either way, there's two things that kept me from playing Buffalo in this game. Number one, yes, Buffalo has owned Kansas City in the regular season for the last 4 years or whatever. But as been well documented on this podcast, and probably this podcast only, Patrick Mahomes has not been that good of a quarterback for the last 4 years of the regular season. If you just look at his numbers. Now, I'm not saying he's not still the greatest quarterback in the NFL, especially when it fucking matters. But through the regular season, he just hasn't been. He's not been good. He's not been Patty. But we started talking about this Longhorn, 3 weeks ago when I said this is the game that Patty should be Patty again. And guess what? He went out and he was Patty. And since that game when I said that, he's not been Patty. This looks like that original iteration of the Chiefs where they just roughshod everybody. Mm-hmm. And I know that disappoints you because you don't want to see them in the Super Bowl again. However, if they keep playing like this, they're going to the goddamn Super Bowl again because nobody's going to fucking beat them. And the other thing that did not let me play Buffalo is Kansas City is before the bye. And before the bye, away favorites since 2021, 20-14, 58.8% against the spread, covering by 1.6 points on an average line of 3.7. We're at 1.5. They're 23-9 straight up, winning by 5 points a game. So no, this is not the spot that I could back Buffalo. Everything else tells me to back Buffalo. This is not the spot for Buffalo. And again, like you said, talking about waves and momentum and stuff, until somebody can slow this machine down that Kansas City has now become back into, no thank you. I'm back into the mode of, I'm like the Detroit thing. Like, I've got to have a fucking reason to bet against Detroit. I got to have a fucking reason to bet against Kansas City right now. I had a reason with Detroit against Kansas City. Again, the two teams I just mentioned. The game, kind of turned on one play. It went the other way, and then it was a fucking landslide.
I believe that was Mahomes' short home favorite.
He's not a home favorite here. He's in the way.
Or as soon as I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw in the home. He's a short favorite. That's his sweet spot.
It was, and I'm not disagreeing with you there, but against Buffalo has not been a good spot for him. Favorite dog, it didn't fucking matter. But again, I walked into the week saying Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo. As I dug in, I was like, fuck, I can't bet Buffalo. So it's one of those games as a handicapper, it's frustrating because you when you look at a slate, and Longhorn, you know this, you look up and down a slate before you dig into anything at all, you kind of circle 3 or 4 games, right? They're like, all right, I know which side I like here.
Yeah.
Just from history, memory, instinct, the way things are going, blah, blah, blah. But then as you start to dig in, half of those fall away, and you're like, fuck, goddamn.
Oh, you're lucky if 3. You're lucky if you have 3 in the NFL that kind of everything lines up for you. It's that. Yes, you're true. You're right in there. It's like, oh well, can't do that one. Yeah, can't. This trend can't do that one. This spot can't do that one. Fucking injuries can't do that. Injuries can't do that one. It's always something.
So I'm not disagreeing with you, but I am with my whole heart hoping that Buffalo wins this game because fuck Kansas City.
All right, fair enough.
All right, let's go on to those Washington, I guess, Redskins, what's left of them. They're hosting those Seattle Seahawks now. This one's not fair for the line movement. We got no Jaden Daniels, so I'm not going to go over the preseason lines here. Vegas was 5.5. I don't remember what I was. Definitely wasn't that high, but still, there's no way I was Seattle -3, which is what we're currently sitting at. As a road favorite, the most West Coast to East Coast game possibly of all fucking time. Longhorn, what do you got?
Yeah, but you got a team that dominates traveling in the NFL recently with this new head coach that they got from Baltimore. So I mean, I can only look to Seattle in this spot because you got a Jaden Daniels who will play. Is he banged up? More than likely, he's not going to be 100%.
Is he playing?
I think so. I think it's leaning towards him playing, and look, if he plays, he's not going to be 100% healthy. If he doesn't, okay, great. It's Seattle still, anyways. You got Terry McLaurin. He's going to be out. Yeah, it's just like, how can you do anything but take Seattle, who's been dominant on the road? This is their sweet spot on the road. It's counterintuitive, but. Because they're supposed to be really good at home, but they're for whatever reason really good on the road. So I've got no reason. And Redskins suck at stopping the run, and you got a 2-headed monster running game in Seattle.
Everything.
That's true. That is true too. So, but the 2-headed monster running game for Seattle should eat.
He said he was in line to return. So
yeah, and Darnold has been again riding the wave. Give me a reason to not play Darnold. I don't have one. So everything points to Seattle. I know it's 3.5. Is it still 3.5 officially?
No, 3.
Even better. So you lose the hook there. That's just a nice little spot for Seattle. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to like bang it into any kind of premium pick or like.
But if you like Seattle, I will say this: money's coming in on the Redskins, and I think this game closes under 3. So just wait. Wait.
Yeah, what worries me is that you do have the Redskins getting their quarterback back. So if he plays like he has that out of the world game,
backs, baby.
If he plays like he has in the past where he just like lights everything up, sure, he could burn you 100%.
It hasn't been that way the entire season.
I know. Really. So yeah, I think we're on Seattle, both of us.
I'm not on Seattle, but I'm definitely not on the Redskins. So, and I'll tell you why. I graded this game with Mariota, so I apologize. But on the Seattle side, this is a fantastic matchup for Sammy D. He gains 2.5 points.
Oh man,
this Redskins defense. Look, I said when they hired Dan Quinn last year, I even did a solo pod on it the preseason. We bet the under on the Redskins, but I said, look, man, there's a good chance this team could go over this total because they finally, for the first time in a long time, have a legitimate NFL head coach. And Dan Quinn is that. But I also said, cautioned that when he was a head coach, his defense in Atlanta sucked. It's like he can't influence both positions. And this defense is fucking awful. And it's getting worse, Longhorn, by the week. It's not getting better. It started off this year a lot better, right? It started off, we're like, oh shit, okay, Dan Quinn's got a little something going there, play a little defense. They're not scoring 1 million points like they did last year, but they're still winning football games. Hey, Dan Quinn's got to turn around. No, he ain't got shit turned around. They have fallen off a fucking cliff. They're officially a bad team. They've given up more points than they've scored. They're not going to be able to run the ball against Seattle here. They lose a point to the BPG. And Seattle gains a half a point. I mean, it could only be Seattle for me. The only reason why I'm not playing them, again, before the bye. This is before the bye. Away favorites, 12, 14, and 2, 46.2% ATS on the average line of minus 4.3. So we're under that, and you're already not covering at 4.3. Maybe that's enough to get you to a 50-50 trend. It's not a killer or whatever. I wouldn't just...
Yeah, that's not massive.
It's not. But that with, especially now you're telling me Jaden Daniels is going to play, he still has that magic to him, even though the offense has not been great. Definitely not anywhere close to where it was last year. But this defense, dude, it's so bad. It's so bad. And Sam Darnold having such a huge matchup advantage to the BPG, I cannot play Washington. I just cannot do it.
Agreed.
All right, let's move on to the Monday Night Football. It's those Dallas Cowboys coming off an embarrassing road domination loss. Denver Broncos. They're coming home to face the fighting midgets of Arizona, coming off a bye. 2.5 point home favorites, Longhorn. What do you like in this one?
You already know I'm going to be on the Cowboys here. Coming, like, just ride the back and forth, just the carousel or whatever you want to say about the Cowboys. Like, you bet against them when they come off a giant embarrassing loss or a win. You bet against them when they come off a giant embarrassing loss. That's when you want to. That's when you want to bet on them. So yeah, I'm gonna be on Dak. There's a couple numbers for Dak Prescott in this spot. 29-15 against the spread in primetime games. 13-0. Get this, Bo Stevens, and tell me you want to go against this. 13-0 ATS as a primetime favorite at home. You want to go against that? Be my guest. I ain't doing it. He destroys bad teams. Cardinals are sitting at 2-5. I think we're getting the midget back to play quarterback for Arizona. I don't give a fuck. This is his sweet spot.
He's been terrible.
Now I will say when you don't want to bet against the midget in Arizona is when he's a dog. So there is that little conflicting thing. But it's under 3 now.
I feel like that was an old and I was gonna bring that up a handicap. We used to be so scared, so petrified to bet against the midget as a dog.
That's under 3.
Good anymore.
But I would love to see. Well, no, they've lost close games this year with him in there. So like, you need more. You need more than 2.5. You need more than 2. It doesn't matter if you play well. If you cover, you cover. So like, you need more than 2.5 though. Like if this was 3.5, 4.5, 6, 7, that's your magic spots with a midget. But under 3 with those numbers for Dak, fucking get out of here. I'm all over the Cowboys.
Yeah, full agreement with me here. Now, here's where I struggle with my numbers a little bit. 54 is a total. I've got it going under. 0 chance of whatever.
54? There's no...
Dallas scores 40 points a game at home. So,
yeah, and they might here, too.
No, that's not... I'm not making that up. They've scored 40 points in every single home game this season. Jeez. It is such a disparity between them, home and road. Now, it's not a great matchup for Dak as far as defensive scheme here. And it actually is a really good matchup for the midget. But, I mean, Dallas' defense sucks.
Yeah, they suck.
And it's a good matchup for the running game for Arizona. So, the BPG actually grades out Arizona to cover this game. I don't care. Because everything you just mentioned plus this. Both these defenses fucking stink. 32nd for Dallas. Success rate, 28th for Arizona. You don't think this game's going over? Probably is. However, Cowboys 6th in offensive success rate. Arizona's offense stinks, 26th. And this is the worst for all the shit we've talked about the Cowboys defense all season long. If you think that the Jets were the worst team, no. This is the worst offense that they have played all season. They grade out lower than the Jets. And they basically shut the Jets down. And if you want to talk about home road splits, like I said, the Cows have yet to score less than 40 points at home. They haven't even sniffed that on the road. And Arizona doesn't score anywhere on anyone. This is a Cow spot for me. And then a couple of trends here we have. So the Arizona coming off a bye, away dogs since 2021, 16-19, 45.7% on an average line of 4.6 and losing by a point. So that means they're losing by 5.5 points per game. However, the other one this is one of those perfect coinciding trends. What could go wrong? Cowboys are going on a bye next game. If you're going on a bye, game before that, and you're a home favorite since 2021, 27-10, 73% ATS,
Oh
an
my
average
God.
line of 5.1, and you're covering that by 2.2 points per game. You're winning by 7.5 points per game. We're only laying 2.5. Everything you just said.
It seems too easy.
At fucking home, it seems way too easy.
That's scary. That's scary.
But there's no other way to bet this. This is a slam. The Cows are coming off a loss. Arizona's coming off a bye.
I know.
It's a slam dunk spot. Arizona wins by 30. Don't worry about it. We'll take the loss. It's fine. There's no way we were wrong except when we lose on the fucking scoreboard. But yes, it is Cows for me here. And yeah, I wouldn't be. Look, I expect this game to be 40-27 and them to score 67 points. You're never going to sweat the fucking total either. That's really what I expect in this game. I mean, it would be Cows and over all the way for me. Cows and over all the way.
All right.
Because Arizona will be able to score. They will be able to score. However, like I said, as bad as the Cowboys' defense has been, this is the worst offense they played all season long. And yeah, they'll still score 20 on them. And the Cows are going to. This Arizona defense is shit. They're going to score at least fucking 35, probably 40. Yeah.
Are they going to score more than the 6 points that Miami currently has with 4 minutes left in the game? I don't know. Probably so.
Yeah, probably so.
What a pathetic performance by you, Miami.
28-6. Okay, we're looking
pathetic.
Good. We're looking good.
Pathetic.
Let's go, Baltimore. Run this clock out. Okay, we might go 2-0 tonight, boys and girls. All right, I think that was it, Longhorns. That was all them wins coming in the air tonight, baby. All right, boys and girls, something was free. I said 3 picks of the week. Get your pencils ready, boys and girls. Remember,
I forgot.
Longhorn.
I forgot we're doing this.
He never forgets. That's just a bullshit cover. He's won 2 games in 2 years. I'd make up some shit too if I was that.
Yeah, I forgot. Totally forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, is it my turn?
First.
Yeah, I always go first. I always go first.
I don't want to break up the rhythm.
I know what you're talking about. Let's not change a thing. Give me Indianapolis Colts -3. -3. Free pick of the week.
Who are they playing again?
That'd be them Pittsburgh Stars up there at Action Parking Lot. Mike Tomlin going to go downtown and try to get a win, but he can't win anymore with a bad defense.
All right, so guaranteed Pittsburgh on the money line, and go ahead and under all your player props, CK, if you're listening, pop in Daniel Jones over the 1.5 interceptions. That's got to be a shitload of fucking.
This will be the time. We're going to really test this theory this time. We're testing it.
All right, let's go with your college free pick of the week. Oh, we already hit our one tonight in the FCS. Let's give you the other FCS pick. It's still sitting at this line, so it's fair. Bryant and Monmouth over 62.5. Longhorn. When Bryant and Monmouth get together, let me just tell you, it is a fucking scoring palooza, and we're going to get lots of points. 70, 75, who knows, but definitely over the 62.5. Don't even fucking worry about it, boys and girls. Your boy's still on his heater. He's 1-0 already on college this week. Just happened tonight as we're recording this, and hopefully about to go 1-0 in the NFL. off to a fucking hot and running start. So let's do that. And Longhorn, tell me about that fabulous Patreon where they can get all these fucking winners.
All right, be sure to go to that Patreon page, patreon.com/bet_FGH. Bill Stevens with the hot college football package. We got a couple NFL packages up there available for purchase. So, people, stop throwing away your hard-earned money on the guessing game. Let the pros do the heavy lifting. So, sign up, tell a friend, and join in on the fun of watching football, drinking beer, and never pay a bookie again. Come on.
Hot damn it, people never pay a bookie again. Steven Tyler, take us out, baby.